Hvala lijepa. Zadovoljstvo mi je što je danas u posjetu Hrvatskoj
host Mrs. Roberta Metsola today here in Croatia. Mrs. Metsola comes from Malta. She's the President of the European Parliament, my good friend, my excellent friend. While I was a member of the EP, since that time we've been known each other, and Mrs. Metsola is now in the second mandate of the President of the EP, and she has been doing an excellent job. I'm glad that her visit went well at the Croatian Parliament. A new interactive center was opened in the very center of Zagreb, which will present to Croatian citizens the significance of this European institution, together with the Council, passes the A budget and B European legislation. Our discussion today was about topical issues in the European Parliament, but also foreign affairs topics, primarily reflection on yesterday's meeting in Paris on peace and security in Ukraine. We talked about all the efforts that we, not only as European Union, but as Europe, invest in achieving just and fair peace in order to see the consequences of 3 years of Russia's aggression result in truce and then peace plan, and that these consequences are minimized. In that regard, it is really important to see that the future development of European defense, especially relying on the white paper that the European Commission has published prior to the last a meeting of the European Council. We also talked about preparations in terms of internal issues for the most important document that we will discuss in June. That is, the European Commission will communicate proposal on the multi-annual financial framework 2028-33, and the structure of this framework, connecting cohesion policy with the competitiveness of the European competition, also keeping strong financing of agriculture, which is of utmost importance for Croatia, and also strengthening our capacities when it comes to preventing illegal migration. At the same time, ensuring and enabling the financing and spending for European defense. It is still under national authority, but in agreement that one part of deficit is not calculated, which will allow greater investment than we've had so far. Croatia has already passed 2.1% of the GDP, and more than 30% has been set aside for the modernization of armed forces. We also discussed our neighborhood, the issues in Bosnia and Herzegovina. We talked about the situation in other countries. And through the politics and policies of enlargement, we expect our neighbors to meet the criteria, to be dedicated to European values, and to make significant steps internally that are relevant for their European future. Croatia is always ready to help, based on its experience, to see that all criteria is met. So this is briefly what we discussed today. I am glad that Mrs. Metsola has visited Croatia in her new mandate.